Let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. We do not teach you how to rise to the occasion here, folks. We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. Half marathon again, another half marathon, 13.1 miles after an 8-mile day. You know why? Because we fall to our level of preparation around here. Practice what we preach. Do it every single day. Well, we don't run a half marathon every single day, but we run every single day. Hit the goal, set higher goals, set higher expectations, and higher. Raise the standards to the point where you got to remove people from your life who are not meeting those expectations, not meeting those standards that you have placed upon yourself first and foremost. If you're not running into folks that are not meeting your standards, that are not hitting the goals that you have for yourself, that are not there with you, then you got to move the fuck on. You got to prep yourself, prep your mind, prep everything you're about to move the fuck on, all right? Saying all that brings me to today's Move Swiftly thought, brings me to today's topic. Let's get into this James Franklin. Recent news, James Franklin, former head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions, has officially been hired as the head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies. Vatek. Now, being born and raised in the DMV, born and raised in Maryland, as I kind of talked a little bit about last year when I was discussing James Franklin and how I first met him back when I played at Good Counsel, and he was the offensive coordinator at the University of Maryland with Ralph Regent. That's back when he had full head of hair, the whole thing. Young cat. Everyone spoke really, really highly of him. And again, he went through his ups and downs. He went to Vanderbilt, and then took the head coaching job at Penn State. And for the most part, did a great job there. But again, got to win the big ones. Got to win when it counts. And then this year, look, something had to be done. It just, his time ran out when it comes to just winning. And this was the team that was expected to win a national championship. And needless to say, they did not achieve that. And I think he'd be the first one. I think he'd be the first one to say, look, it was time. It's a big boy business. You don't get the results, you get canned. Plain and simple. So all that being said, his buyout, and this is why I'll just react to. Give me a second here, guys. I am getting over this 13-mile run, boy. It was a lot. I'm now catching my breath now. All right. So first and foremost, let me just say I gotta give him a ton of respect. I I think people like him are the reason I'm able to do what I do in the coaching world, and they open a lot of doors for people like myself to create opportunities for themselves in the coaching world. The people who want to coach. Yes, the money's great. It's always great to get some money and feed your family and take care of yourself. But the bottom line is you don't get into it just for the money. You get into it because you want to coach and help young men. And I'm harping on that point because James Franklin's buyout was something around $48 million or something like that, some really, really high number in terms of what his buyout was from Penn State and less. And if he could have took that buyout and been good and, go and chill somewhere, or he could have did what he did and found another job or worked. I think it was something in the contract, something about the contract if he worked TV or something like that. But if he found another coaching job, I believe the number is it went from $40 million to $9 million or something like that. And you see he went and took the job and lost over again. And this is just kind of what's been reported, but he lost over $30 million because he decided to take the coaching job at Virginia Tech. And that I got to respect. That. And that's something that makes it so people like myself it opens doors for people like myself. It opens doors for all the young coaches who get into it because they love the kids, man. They love the atmosphere. They love coaching people. They love being around young people who have a lot of ambition and a lot of goals and a lot of things they want to do. And because he didn't just go run and take the money because of some, just really horrible contract, he decided, hey, no, I'm going to go take less, go coach somewhere else at Virginia Tech. Again, a place where I'm sure he's going to fit right into from a recruiting standpoint, seeing that he coached at Maryland. Again, he's a Northeast guy, Penn State, all that kind of stuff. So, you got to respect that he went and took the job, even though he could have just sat back and took millions and millions and been good. And that's where you need to be sending your young boys. So, again, I am diehard Michigan fan over here, but, when it comes to recruits and stuff like that, I've played the game, I've coached the game, I've scouted the game. I will tell them what they're getting when it comes to the questions that they need to be asking in terms of who knows what or who can lead these men into the next phase in their lives. And that should be the question. The question shouldn't be what coach is making the most money and all that kind of stuff. No, it's about what men who's the best when it comes to molding men. All right, and when you make a move like that, you just got to respect it. So Coach Franklin, again, wishing you the best. I know you're going to do a great job out in Tech. I mean, hopefully I'm picking them now, picking them to, within a couple of years to go ahead and win that ACC and go ahead and compete in the playoffs. And, hey, he ain't done yet, so got to respect it. All right. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work. If you want your organization, your business, your staff to run like a championship high school or youth football team, that is what we do around here in a nutshell, that we create that atmosphere. The main website to dive deeper into all of that is makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.